Welcome to Subjective Insights. Today, I'm going to speak a bit about what I've learned from being in a long-term relationship. It's kind of on and off. We don't always get on. But before I went into this relationship, I would look at other people in relationships. And from the outside looking in, it seems so simple what they should do to solve their problems. And in a sense, in reality, it is really simple. Given any kind of human situation, you analyse it to find out what's going wrong, and then you can figure out the fix from doing that. And it's actually, for any human situation, incredibly easy to figure out what you should do. It's not as if it's rocket science or it's a complex piece of technical apparatus that involves a large amount of brain power in order to suss out what's wrong. You can generally, say most people, it's like one person's got to let go of an issue. That's it, But it's letting go of the issue that's hard, but it's not hard in a complex kind of way where it's made up out of many components. It's hard in the sense of how we don't have control over ourselves. So often somebody can't let go of a thing because they can't. They're limited to the capacity to either say they've let go but not actually let go, or to admit that they can't let go. And that's the issue at heart. There is this core to us, so to speak, that's beyond our control. And it's there, it's part of the isness. And what happens in many relationships is the couples try and force each other to make promises they can't keep, and they keep blaming each other. They keep, most arguments are two people out of control speaking to each other as if they are in control. And anyway, so being on the inside of the relationship, I now notice that dimension to it. That what we're really fighting in this arena, it's not a logical battle. It's not like a chess puzzle that you've got to solve with your rationality. I mean, that's part of it, right? That will show you what's got to be done, but then it's got to be done. And when it comes to the doing of it, that's when the real enemy arises. And the real enemy is what I call the internal, or I've referred to it as the beast in previous videos, It's the same enemy that people confront when they have a drug addiction. They know full well the damage that it's doing to them. They know full well the life that it's inhibiting them from leading. They've got all that information there. The logic of it sorted out is simple. I want to get there. I want to own a home, or I want to have a family, or I want to be a stable person. But currently I'm here. What's stopping me from getting there? Well, it's the drug use. Therefore, what I will do is I will stop taking drugs. See, it's simple. It's bloody simple. You've analysed it there. And anybody can do this. I mean, you'd have to be an incredibly low IQ level not to be able to suss that out. But the difficulty is in giving them up. People become used to that kind of that drug or that behaviour as a kind of form of comfort, and that's what they go to when they want comfort. And yet again, it's this internal kind of emotional kind of thing that's in control there, not the rational side. And so they would have it. I mean, with the drug taker, it might be an comes up, and the way they deal with the is to go and get drunk or do whatever it is they do. Really, I mean, what it's taught me, before I went into it, I kind of had a messiah complex in relation to how I could be with a woman, how I could be like the light, how I would take in all the digs and the hurts, and I wouldn't retaliate, I wouldn't go into tit for tat. I had overestimated my capacity as a human being, essentially. Even though my philosophy back then was about how we weren't in control, I hadn't. That rational belief hadn't dribbled down into my body to make me convinced that I couldn't be what was needed in a relationship. And being in one has taught me that. Like I'll come out of it for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, and from that point, it looks like, oh, it'd be so easy. Oh, that's the mistakes I was making. And then you go back in, and then the same thing happens again. It shows you that as humans, we're like machines with limited resources, and those resources are rapidly drained if you're not a saint, and I'm not. So the main benefit that I've gained from this relationship is it's destroyed the last kind of aspect of my Messiah complex. That I don't have the capacity to save people. I'm still battling with demons myself. That like I still give in to immediate gratification at the expense of long-term gratification. And it's discipline, really. It's the ability to self-discipline. That's what we need. That's what we need in terms of playing the relationship game, and that's what both people need. Goodbye.